Hey guys, welcome to Evidential Tech. My name is Evidence. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I've been using this phone for about 3 weeks now, and I believe this phone is the most well-rounded phone of 2017. So stick with me to the end and find out why I love this phone so much. Let's get right to it. Let's begin with build quality. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is made of Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back, and in the middle is a thick metal frame holding the front and back glass together. On the bottom we have the headphone jack, USB Type-C charging port, a microphone, a mono bottom firing speaker, and the S Pen housing. On the left side we have the Bixby button and the volume button. On the right side we have nothing but the power button, and on the top we have the SIM tray and a second microphone. The version of phone that you get in the US does not have dual SIM cards. You have to buy the international version for it to get a dual SIM card option. On the back side we have the heart rate sensor and the fingerprint scanner. This phone is IP68 water and dust resistant, which means you can spill water on it. You can take it to the shower, you can take it swimming, you can take it outside when it's raining, and the phone will be fine. This phone is a little bit heavy and thick, but I really don't mind because I would prefer to have a slightly thick phone in exchange for useful features like a headphone jack and the S Pen. Now let's focus on the display. At the top we have all types of sensors like the iris scanner, accelerometer, barometer, pressure sensor, gyro, geomagnetic, Hall, proximity, and RGB light sensor, as well as the front-facing camera with flash. The top bezel also houses the earpiece, which is flush with the display. Calls from the earpiece are very loud and clear. Call quality is definitely top-notch. On the bottom bezel there is nothing there, but above it is virtual navigation keys. The screen is a 6.3 inches curved Quad HD Super AMOLED display with a pixel density of 521 ppi. The display gets very bright and colors look vibrant and crystal clear. This phone also comes with a blue light filter for nighttime viewing without straining your eyes. You can always turn down the brightness at night instead. When the brightness is all the way down, the screen gets very dark. Because this is a Samsung AMOLED display, colors look a little bit oversaturated and very rich. Anything black looks like a deep black and very crispy. Outdoors, you will have no problem viewing your phone because the screen gets extremely bright even when you are standing over the sun. You can choose to have the display in HD or Full HD to save battery, or you can crank up the display to Quad HD in settings, which is how I usually use my phone. This phone looks absolutely beautiful, and it's nearly impossible to believe Samsung was able to fit so much screen into such a small body. Watching a movie on this phone, on this beautiful display, is an absolute blessing, and it's very immersive and enjoyable. Moving on to the camera. The front-facing camera is an 8 megapixel autofocus camera with an f1.7 aperture. The front-facing camera has 5 shooting modes, which allows you to capture wide selfie, animated GIF, selective focus, and virtual shots. On the back side, we have 2 cameras, a regular 12 megapixel wide-angle camera with optical image stabilization with an aperture of f1.7, which can do Pro mode, panorama, slow motion, hyperlapse, food mode, virtual shot, and you can also save your picture as RAW files. The second camera is a 12 megapixel autofocus 2x telephoto lens with optical image stabilization and an f2.4 aperture. The back camera can record 4K and 720p videos at 30 frames per second and 1080p videos at 30 or 60 frames per second. You can also record videos in slow motion in 720p at 240 frames per second. The camera app can be launched from the home screen or when the phone is locked by double pressing the home button. The telephoto lens comes in very handy when you are sitting at the back seat in a class or a meeting and you want to take a picture of what the teacher is writing on the board or take a picture of somebody on stage. You can always zoom in with the main camera, but the great thing about having a dedicated secondary camera is that you don't lose quality and sharpness using the second camera. I would like to have seen 3 cameras, which would include the main camera, a telephoto lens, and a super wide angle lens. If you want more in-depth camera review, go check out my Galaxy Note 8 camera review, where I show nighttime and daylight pictures and videos from the different camera modes of the front and back camera. There are 4 ways to take a screenshot on the Galaxy Note 8. One way is to swipe left to right or right to left. Press power button and down volume key using the S Pen or from the Edge menu. You can take very long screenshots of a page by hitting the scroll capture button after the first screenshot. Under the hood, we have a Snapdragon 835, which is a 10nm octa-core processor with 6GB of RAM and the option of 64, 128 or 256GB of storage. I have the 64GB of storage version. You can also expand the storage using a micro SD card up to 256GB of storage. I have a 128GB SD card on my phone just for pictures and videos alone. 64GB of storage is sufficient, but when shooting videos for an extended period of time, it is always good to have peace of mind knowing that you won't run out of storage. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 has a mono bottom firing speaker that sounds teeny tiny. It doesn't get very loud. I wish they would make the earpiece into another speaker to provide a stereo sound effect. But not having a loud speaker is not a deal breaker because there are tons of cheap Bluetooth speakers out there. Even though it is a mono speaker, it sounds rich and crispy and has some bass to it. Even at maximum volume, the speaker sounds really good and well-rounded, but it's not very loud. This phone comes with a 3300 mAh battery, which sounds small for a phone of such a large display and high resolution, but I think Samsung went with 3300 mAh battery because they needed space to fit a hole for the S Pen. I usually use my phone with the screen set to Quad HD, always on display, Bluetooth on 24/7, mobile data and Wi-Fi always on, and my smartwatch always connected to my phone, and I usually get about 4.5 hours of screen on time. With moderate use, I usually make it through the day. It is not the best battery life I've experienced, but I have no complaints about the battery. Of course, there are things you can do to extend the battery life if you want the battery to last 2 days. The Galaxy Note 8 does have fast charging through USB Type-C and is also capable of fast charging using a fast wireless charger. The S Pen is the meat of the Samsung Galaxy Note series. When the screen is locked, you can pull out the S Pen and start taking notes immediately, and then pin it to your always on display, or save it in the Samsung Note app or without unlocking your phone. This feature is an absolute lifesaver. I find myself using this feature every single day. When I am in class, I need to jot down a quick note. I do it with my phone. When somebody tells me something and I want to remember it 5 minutes later, I jot it down with my phone. When I am in the research lab and I need to write down data quickly, I do it with my phone. When I go grocery shopping, I do my grocery list with my phone and pin it to my always on display for easy access. Being able to take notes with the screen off, up to 100 pages and save it without unlocking your phone is one of the key reasons why the Samsung Galaxy Note series and the S Pen is very addictive. This feature is an absolute lifesaver. I find myself using this feature every single day. When you pull out the S Pen with the screen unlocked, the air command will pop up automatically. You can add up to 10 items by going to S Pen under settings. The air command can be moved to anywhere on the screen or taken off completely if you wish to do so. There are 8 ways you can unlock your phone. You can use the iris scanner, the facial recognition, your fingerprint, a password, a pattern, a PIN, Bixby voice command, or Google voice command. On the always on display, you see your pinned note, your battery percentage, and your notifications. If you double tap your notifications or notes, you'll be able to see a preview. If you have music playing, you can scroll to the next page on the always on display to control your music. Or you can scroll through whatever you put on your always on display, like your calendar, upcoming dates, stuff like that. When your phone is placed upside down or in a bag, or if something is covering the sensors at the top, the always on display will go off automatically. You can choose to have the home button shown or not shown on the always on display, and you can turn always on display on and off by going to settings, lock screen and security, and click on always on display. When you click information and face widgets, you can also choose what information appears on always on display, such as music controller, today's schedule, and next alarm. To choose different pictures, logos, or artwork for your always on display, you go over to settings, wallpapers and themes, and click on always on display, which is AOD, which would provide you with tons of options for your always on display. When you hold on the home screen, you will see wallpaper and themes, widgets, and home screen settings. When you click on home screen settings, you'll be able to choose the layout of your home screen, add app drawer button, and turn on quick open notification panel, which allows you to access notification panel by pulling down on the home screen. From the home screen, swiping to the left leads to the Bixby home screen, and from here you can find the Bixby setting, so you can control Bixby as you like. Holding down the home screen and swiping to the left gives you the option to turn the Bixby home screen on or off. Bixby is Samsung's own virtual assistant. It is similar to Google Voice. There are some things Bixby can do that Google Voice cannot do, and there are some things that Google Voice can do that Bixby cannot do. When it comes to voice recognition, I found that most times Google Voice is better at voice recognition than Bixby. You get points for using Bixby, which you can then redeem for a gift from Samsung. The quick action panel can be customized to your liking by adding or removing apps. When you click on the name of an action bar icon, you can quickly do some changes or click details for more options. This phone is equipped with Bluetooth 5.0, which allows you to play music to 2 different Bluetooth speakers at the same time. When playing music to 2 different Bluetooth speakers, I found that the music are not in sync. One music is playing ahead of the other, but it is cool to be able to play music to 2 Bluetooth devices at the same time, but even though the music is out of sync. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is running Android 7.1.1 out of the box alongside Samsung Experience 8.5. I personally love the Samsung Experience software. The software is very mature and is feature-packed, and it makes using your phone very enjoyable and adds many useful features that you can choose to use or not use. This phone comes pre-installed with a lot of Samsung apps and almost no Google apps. This phone is far from stock Android, and if you're looking for a stock Android phone, then this phone is definitely not for you. One of the apps that comes pre-installed on this phone is the Samsung Galaxy app. This app is Samsung's own app store. Apart from the Google Play Store that comes standard with Android phones, the Samsung Galaxy app is its own app store. From here, you can download apps for your phone or download apps for your Samsung Gear Watch. It is not as rich as the Google Play Store, but it is not lacking like the Windows Mobile App Store. The settings menu is very colorful and fancy looking, and it's well laid out with subcategory description of what can be found in each main category. But of course, you can always search for a particular thing instead of going through the menu to find it. You can customize your sound settings by going to Settings, Sounds and Vibration, Sound Quality and Effects. From here, you can customize how you would want your music to sound. You can give it more bass or more treble. I've found that when you crank the bass up, it actually does help to make your music sound fuller and richer. Under the display menu, you can change the screen resolution, customize the edge screen, choose different types of icon frames, change the color and order of navigation bar, change what information is displayed on the status bar, and many more things. Under advanced features, you can customize your S Pen, turn on one-handed mode, turn on finger sensor gestures, which allows you to pull down the notification shade at any time using your fingerprint. You also have palm swipe to capture and dual messenger. Dual messenger is really cool because you can use two different accounts for the same app. Any app that supports dual messenger will be shown here. When you go under device maintenance, you can optimize your phone for maximum performance. Here you find battery, performance mode, storage, memory, and device security. Samsung has many security measures for your phone, such as Samsung Knox, which provides you with a platform for using your phone in a secure way. It also has Secure Folder. When you put apps in Secure Folder, you can choose to set up 1 or 2 passwords so that before you can open any app in your Secure Folder, you have to type in 2 passwords. It is a great way to hide your text messages, phone calls, as well as your bank information from somebody else that might be using your phone. Gaming on this phone is amazing and spectacular. I have not experienced any lags or stutter or find any game that this phone cannot handle. This phone comes with Game Launcher, which helps to optimize your games and also allows you to record your gameplay. You can go check out my gaming review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8, where I play very graphic intensive games to see how this phone holds up. Multitasking on this phone is a breeze. Like, you can have multiple apps open at the same time and you won't notice any lag or stutter. And you can even have apps open in pop-up window. Like, you can have up to 5 apps on your screen all at the same time. Multitasking on this phone is amazing. In my opinion, the edge functionality is the most important and useful thing above the S Pen on any Samsung phone. I always use the edge functionality to switch apps without going to the home screen first. Overall, I love this phone and I would highly recommend it. Because of the S Pen, edge functionality, dual cameras, fast charger, fast processor, 6GB of RAM, SD card expansion, Samsung Experience software, multiple options for unlocking your phone using biometrics and other means, all the added features, the body, the durability, and of course the beautiful screen. I'll be using this phone as my daily driver until the next Galaxy phone has been released. I believe this is the most well-rounded phone of 2017. There is nothing that you would ask for in a phone that you won't find on this phone. Well guys, that's it for this video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. In the meantime, I will see you on the next video. Bye.